You know, the Torah does something in beginning of Parshas Vayishlach that it doesn't normally do. The Torah gives us an opportunity to become in touch with the emotions of Yaakov Avinu on a very personal level. The Torah expresses to us how Yaakov was feeling as he was about to face the battle of his life against his brother Esav. Vayira Yaakov me'od vayetzer lo. Yaakov was very frightened, vayetzer lo, and it bothered him. And the Torah continues, he divided his camp into two. All of his people and all of his cattle and his camels and his flock, divided them into two. And he prepared for battle with Esav on a practical level. He sent Esav gifts in the hopes of appeasing his brother. He also prepared armor for his troops and told them how they were going to fight. And he davened. And when he davened to Hashem, he says to Hashem, Katonti mikol hachasadim umikol ha'emes asher asisa esavdecha. I become humbled by all the good that you've done for me, God. Because I crossed over the Jordan River with my stick, with my staff, and that was it. And now I'm split and divided into two camps. But what does the Jordan River have to do with the challenge that Yaakov was currently facing? So Rav Yitzchak of Volozhin explains to us that when it says Vayira Yaakov me'od vayetzer lo, that Yaakov was frightened and it bothered him. What bothered him? So he explains what bothered Yaakov was the fact that he was frightened. Because Yaakov looked back at earlier moments in his life and he remembered that when he crossed over the Jordan River, for example, he had full faith in God that he would be able to make it across safely. And so he crossed just with his stick and nothing else, because he had full bitachon and full faith in Hashem that Hashem would make everything be okay. And here when it comes to the biggest battle of his life, the battle with Esav, he was scared. And so Yaakov is upset. He's disappointed. He's really very troubled at the fact that his faith is not where it was. Why wasn't his faith where it was? Well, the Torah tells us, the Gemara Maseches Brachos tells us, that Yaakov was worried that perhaps he used up all of his good points, he used up all of his merits, and that Hashem really had nothing else to protect him because he used up all of the good. And that wasn't true, thank God. There was more, and Hashem did protect Yaakov. But a very real and practical lesson was that Yaakov was a human being with emotions just like all of us. And that we have moments in life when we look at our faith and we look back to a certain time and we say, wow, I don't know where I got the strength to have so much faith, but if I didn't have that faith, I would never have been able to overcome that challenge. And we have moments in life where we sit in the midst of a challenge and we say, you know, when things were good, it was so easy for me to have faith, but now it's just so hard. So the Torah tells us, look at Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu as well struggled with this concept, with this idea. He struggled with the disappointment of the fact that at one point in life, his faith was much stronger than at a different point in life. My mother, Alei Shalom, my mother of blessed memory, told me at some very difficult and challenging moments in her life, she turned to me and she said, Eli, if faith was so easy and so simple, Hashem would never have made it so important and such an integral part of our belief system. Faith is something which is difficult. When we're going through a very difficult challenge, going through a difficult struggle, something that we never thought we would have to deal with, it's hard to say, I have faith in Hashem. For many of us, it's a very difficult thing. But we need to garner the strength from where? From looking at all of the good that Hashem has done for us. Looking at all the blessings Hashem has bestowed upon us in our lives. Looking like Yaakov Avinu and saying, Hashem has done so much for me. If I have had faith back then I'm able to find a way to have faith now. To realize faith is something which is a struggle, but to give us the ability to be able to persevere, to be able to put our faith in Hashem, and to be able to overcome our struggles and our challenges. May we heed the lesson of Yaakov Avinu and apply this message to our lives, both in the good times and in the difficult moments. Thank you for watching and listening, and have a good Shabbos.